here we are again, wrestling card collectors. Another wonderful episode here of, I like to call it WTCtv. But today, something different, something cool, I think, is talking to, I got, you go by James or Jamie? Which one do you go by?
Jamie's fine.
Jamie,
yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, Jamie's fine.
got
my mom wanted me to be Jamie, whether I was a boy or girl. So
okay.
I
got Jamie Wallace on, like that, who is had this crazy idea to start collecting some of these WCW tops, WCW autograph cards that have been making the crazy. I keep calling this the sets that keep on giving.
Right. Yeah.
We keep finding new things all the time.
It seems weekly now. There's like a new card that pops up. It just seems like somebody's like, oh, I found this one. I don't know if it's out there, but.
If you saw, I recently just released, I had an interview with the guy who made the Mike Enos cards available.
Yeah, I just watched that.
He came across these things. He's had it in his collection for almost 15 years,
And he thought it was like a normal card.
Just like a normal, regular thing.
He thought it came in the set and he just had it.
I just happened to have it, and I knew nothing about it. And it was just crazy. It's like that. But
nice payday for him, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you're coming into this late in the game now.
Yeah.
I mean, in the late 90s, first off, when did you start collecting wrestling cards?
Wrestling cards in general, probably only like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago now. Not a lot, just $20, $30, like old school, like classics, from like 85 tops, 87 tops, 90, 91, like classics, but just to have, nothing really. I knew what like grading was, but I wasn't super like passionate about it. Just, nostalgia basically. So I'm mostly an action figure guy. I've been doing action figures since like 2002.
Ooh.
So I have a storage unit, like 75 totes, just, full of,
wow,
like in the package. I mean, and like if people who they know my eBay name will see I'm starting to unload some of it to pay for these autograph cards.
So you're not that married to your figure collection now. You're more into cards now.
It's because I've been to a lot of conventions and everything too. So if it's autographed, I save that till the very end. Like I don't really want, especially if the guy is like deceased, I don't want to sell it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't sold too many like high-end things as far as action figures go yet, but I'm sure it's coming.
You're more than halfway on the WCW autograph cards now?
Yeah, so actually I just acquired another one today through a private Twitter DM. I will show, I'm not sure when this is going to come out, but I will show that off in the next few days. He hasn't sent it to me yet, but it's already like graded and everything too.
Nice.
So yeah, so I'm already skipping a couple steps.
Do you want to share who that is? Want to share what that is? But by the time this comes out, you've already posted anyways. I don't anticipate this out for at least a couple weeks.
Okay, yeah. So it's Sting PSA 9.
Nice.
And the auto got an 8, which I don't know why it got an 8. I'd have to send you the like photo of the card, but the auto looks pretty like clean. I'm not sure what they were seeing in the auto, but yeah, it was a little, expensive, but he's like my favorite of all time. So I was going to pay anything. It didn't matter.
I mean, and you've got to be paying a lot for some of these cards, because even low tier guys in these releases are going for crazy money right now. Crazy compared to their level of what, who they are, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. Who did I just get? I just got Hector Garza, and that was like $80.
Which Hector Garza wasn't $80 when that stuff came out. You got that for under $20 at the time,
Yeah, I want to say my cheapest one I have is Kimberly. I paid $25 for her like a month ago. It was a guy in a separate Facebook group. I don't think he knew what he had.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, and because I know like a card of hers sold like a few weeks back for like 300 something. And this guy's like, hey, I got this one. Do you want it? Like, I was like, yeah, sure. You know,
Yeah, sure.
I'm thinking he's going to say, you know, like 125, 150. He's like, yeah, you know, $25. Like, all right, sure.
You're like, yeah,
Sure.
can I PayPal you now?
That's what I did. Yeah. I mean, and like the whole time I was like, is he really going to send this card? Is he going to find out like how much it's actually going for? But no, I guess he never
Yeah, it's
did. But
always nice
yeah,
when you have a find like that.
right. Yeah. So I think my total right now, I'm up to 56. So I need about, I'm not very good at math, 45.
So we're going at, you're attempting well, you're going to go for the full 101 that were officially released in packs.
Right.
Do you have any so far that weren't put in packs? Don't you have a Steiner one, I think?
I have Steiner from a guy from Hawaii, actually. His name is Jared Gandia. I'm not sure if you've seen him online. I constantly like tag him, but he had a ton of them. I want to say I bought at least 10 or something from him. So I got Scott Steiner and I got Bobby Duncombe from Charles Robinson.
Okay.
And actually he's the one who I also got the Giant with the thumbprint on it, which I think is really cool.
That's a very cool card.
Yeah. So, and he's super nice too. I'm actually trying to work out a deal with him right now. He's going to send me one of those, the unsigned Mongo McMichael cards.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, because I think he's got the whole stack.
Yeah.
So that's just so amazing to me that
it's crazy that after all these years.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be more guys out there that they were sent all these cards and said, like, you know, I'm not signing this crap. And then they,
it's funny
because somewhere.
I went and I have a contact that I reached out to who works at Topps, and she's relatively newer employee for them. So she started kind of feeling out some people who were like old school Topps employees, and came back to me with an email from someone she spoke to about their licensing deals and what kind of requirements were asked upon in the contracts like that. So it was nothing that I hadn't, I mean, I'm not breaking any new news here, it's like that. So it was nothing that I didn't already know, or I think the public already knew. But she's going to dig some more to find out. But I think you even went through and you did some homework and posted a list of everybody who was in the company that time.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure like how accurate it is because I'm not sure when the guys received the cards. But I went to the roster at the end of 97 and 98 because I figured that'd be around the right time frame. So I mean, like Dusty is on the roster. Roddy Piper is on the roster. I'm trying to think of a few of the more like big ones. I mean, like Warrior, obviously.
Sure.
I know you said like, you know, Ted Turner. Like Bischoff, but there was at least another 10 or like 11 guys. Stevie Ray, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Booker T didn't sign his.
Sure.
So there's got to be others
out
there.
Know what? I should text him and find out if he's got them.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's got to be others out there.
There has to be. I mean, it's been long rumored, and you know, even like I reached out to Vampiro, it's like that. So I'm waiting to hear back from him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because you know, he was rumored to have a card at the time too. That's why I keep calling the sets that keep on giving, man. I think we're going to keep seeing, you know, over time, we're going to see more and more just kind of popping up here and there. It's like that. And they're going to go for mad money. I think they're going to go for mad money.
I mean, what I was thinking too was there's only one Ric Flair out there. Where's the rest of like his stack? Like, what did he do with the rest of them?
Those were originally released, to my understanding, based on the research at the time, even was done by Jimmy Hart's son. I had posted that up on eBay. So I would imagine it's probably somewhere with Jimmy Hart or.
Right. Okay.
You know, I put out feelers to him through mutual, you know, connection and to see if he wanted to come on and talk about it. And so far the answer is no.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, he's hiding something then.
Well, not just I mean, I didn't get past the point of like coming on and talking podcast. Don't do podcast. Okay.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay.
So I think if I give myself a better presentation on talking about it, maybe we'll see.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, so you've gotten some heavy hitters already right now in the set, and
yeah,
you've been kind of very fortunate.
You know, I've kind of lucked out. Well, like, and I forget who else I was telling this to, but it's like amazing the amount of random strangers who just want to help out. it's like crazy. People I have like never spoken to, just random people who might see a shared like tweet or something, like a photo. And I've gotten them all kinds of like ways, like I said, private Facebook groups, like eBay for like most of them, but Twitter DMs.
I mean, oftentimes people like, the more I keep talking to people on these episodes, the more it's shared with that this is a different kind of community. The wrestling trading card community is kind of different than other sports and other kind of communities.
Right.
And me not having any other experience, as a kid, I collected baseball cards and a little bit of football cards, but my whole entire adult life has all been about, wrestling cards. So I don't know any other community other than wrestling cards. So I'm hearing it's a different community.
Yeah, it's like a niche of a niche, basically. So it's, like there isn't anyone out there trying to screw you, trying to like fleece you or anything. And like Wes has been super like helpful with everything. He actually sent me Jimmy Hart for free.
He's an amazing guy, isn't he?
He is. Well, and then I had this other guy who had Vincent and now I'm gonna forget the other one. Vincent and somebody else. He sent them to me for free. So it's just kind of like a thank you. I sent them both like Ultimate Warrior figures still in the like package, the Series 8 that just came out not too long ago. I had a few extras, so I just said they're gonna send me this stuff for free. I'm gonna send them something back.
That was nice.
Yeah. I mean, and like this is a guy I have like never met in like real person, and he's just trying to help me out. And it's been super like eye-opening just to see people who want to help out.
So are you collecting just wrestling cards right now?
Right now, yeah. So the way my story kind of went was it was wrestling cards, and then once the Last Dance doc came out, it was all Michael Jordan, and that got really expensive really fast.
I bet.
So but I mean, I had about 20 of those like 90s inserts that are, they go for a lot of money. And then I even had a few of the 84, 85 star cards. And I decided, you know what, I'm just going to focus on one thing. And I do like Michael Jordan, but I like wrestling a lot more. So I took all of that stuff, I sold it. And then I started like buying other wrestling cards. And then around February or like March, it was even before the Wes episode that came out, I was like, that's awesome. So I'm going to try and get like all of these cards. And at the time I didn't know that there was 101. I just knew that there was, a ton of them.
Yep. And coming really late into the game with that too. Like it's a hell of a challenge. And what is it about those cards that are appealing to you?
You know what it is? It's what I mean,
were you a fan of the product at that time too?
Oh yeah. I like WWF, but I was a WCW guy. I'd say mid to late 90s, even in like, the dying days, I would still like tune in every week, just like hoping it would get better.
Yeah.
But obviously, it didn't. But I think it was just like seeing a lot of these guys, like they're not here anymore, like Kurt Hennig,
yep.
Chris Kanyon, Benoit.
Eddie Guerrero in there too, and Savage and Elizabeth.
Oh my God, the Savage card! I so like overpaid for that. I got his card PSA 9, but I think the last one went for $2,200. I paid like double that for mine. So
damn.
So I took. Because
the freebies kind of offset it.
Right. So I had an Andre the Giant 82 All-Stars PSA 8. I sold that for I think $5,000, and I used that to buy the Savage.
Okay.
So I'm like hoping in a few years it'll start to like go back up a little bit, but
I think these WCW cards are going to go nowhere but up. It's such a unique series of cards that came out. And how they put them out. It's a who's who list of everybody at that time, and they're on card autographs, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's no stickers, because I'm sure back then I don't even know if they were doing sticker autos on cards yet.
Not that I can recall. Maybe in sports, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even
I
think
doubt
in
it.
sports yet.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know, but whoever thought of it is like a genius, obviously. And that's why I think there's got to be like more out there, because the first two sets had 37 and the last
37,
set had
37, and 27. Yeah.
27. So I'm thinking maybe there's a few guys in that third set that just said, screw it, I'm not going to do this.
Maybe 10 more people make another 37.
Maybe
Who
10
knows?
more. Yeah.
I mean, we've
it's
already seen
like
the two variations of the Booker ones. We've seen now we've seen the Steve McMichael one, the Mike Enos one. So I mean,
And
you can kind of tell by the logos too.
I think I have the Horace Hogan like variant, because it's signed in like
red,
gold.
right?
Or
red. There's a red and a black.
Yeah, because I have it. Let me see. I have it right here. I got it sitting right here. So yeah, it's in red. And then he actually signed. He signed the back too. You can see that.
I don't know which side to sign.
Yeah, it's like crazy, but I'm hoping the first step is to get them all in like one touches, and then send them all to be slabbed eventually. I know that's going to be a lot of money too. So, first things first.
And what's your goal with that? Are you going to display them? You're going to in a safe?
Yeah. So kind of like how Dave has his like 82 All-Stars and like that, like shadow box.
Yep.
Kind of like that.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if I would do it by set or just by random. I'm not really sure.
Alphabetical by name or?
Yeah. I could do that. I'm not or all the really good guys on one and all the like hammerheads on another one kind of thing,
See, I'd say you could do like WCW versus NWO, but the NWO side would be like way bigger.
Yeah.
Because everybody was on that group, but.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So are you going to go after the non-release stuff too, the non-inserted stuff too?
I still am. There was is
that a focal point for you? Like, is that a focus for you, or is it insert stuff first?
To be honest, it's whatever. I mean, if there's a Mikey Whipwreck, I know there is one on sale right now on eBay. It's kind of expensive though. But if the right one came out, yeah, I mean, for sure I would get it. Because it's still all a part of the set.
Correct.
And the hardcore hack, the one that I had shared a few weeks back that was signed to a kid named Tyler. It said to like Tyler on it, and he signed it Sandman.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I'm like, can I wipe this autograph? Can I wipe the whole thing off? But then I was trying to think, and then I even like sent the guy an offer, and he said, all right, I'll think about it. And then like that was it. I don't think once he realized the rarity, I don't think he was going to sell it. So
it ends up being the case a lot of times too, when someone starts showing interest in something that they've never had interest in before. And
right. And the story's the same. He said he was at an ECW show in like 2000 and 2001 or something like that. Or maybe it was like an indie show or something. And he said he just like, he had the stack of them on his like table and he was signing them. That was
that's how I came acquired the Rey Mysterio ones.
Right. I haven't seen any of those.
He brought a stack in actually he still had the long box, the short little box like that with a top seal still broken on it. So it didn't open.
Okay. Yeah.
And then just sitting there and like, whoa, where are these from? And at the time his manager at the time was a guy named Ed, who also worked for WWE, I believe. And he was in between WCW and WWE, came to Frank and Son Collectible show in SoCal where I had a booth there. And he and I struck a deal. And
this is like 2002-ish?
Around 2002, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, around early 2002, I believe.
Now on the card, because I don't think I've ever seen it, is he with the mask or he's...
Mask is on.
Oh, it is on. Okay, yeah. So that's even way cooler then.
So
because I'm thinking, Filthy Animals, right?
No, it's
okay.
That's after the WCW releases. So
okay.
Yeah, he had them there, signed some in blue, some in black, and a couple of them in red.
Okay. And he signed about how much?
About 45 of them. From at the time we did it, I took 45 of them off of him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then immediately that 45 went down to about 20 to me, and then went
Okay.
a couple other people took the other 25 or so. And then, over the years just got rid of them all. So
Okay.
had I
Yeah, I
known,
haven't seen one for sale since I've, been doing this. I haven't seen one for
I'm
sale at
fairly
all.
certain that he still has what's left of those.
Oh, does he?
If not, then Ed would be the guy who probably has them, because Ed and I went back about not even a year afterwards when I decided, you know what, I think I want to get more of these.
Hmm.
And he wanted
Oh,
to
that's right. I remember you saying this. Okay.
quadruple the price on me back then
Right.
from what we are dealing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, dude, come on, man. And
Hmm.
so we couldn't come to an agreement. So I should have just taken the whole thing at the time had I
Yeah.
known, but I didn't know.
Right.
But yeah, there's a story about all these cards, that, especially the ones
There
that weren't
is.
released.
Yeah.
There's a story behind all of them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if I was to actually go down and to see what guys and girls are no longer, with us, it's got to be almost, I mean, I don't want to say like half, but it's got to be a pretty good chunk who aren't, who just aren't
There's got to be.
alive
I mean,
anymore.
we just named off almost 10, just a minute
Hmm.
ago. So
Elizabeth, I just got her last week. So that was a good one. Actually came in the one touch, but sorry, it's
nice.
like glare.
Such a
But
great card. They're all
yeah,
such
she's
great
got a real
cards.
nice signature too. She had a real nice signature.
Have you picked up
So
the La Parca one yet?
I haven't, but I know he he puts a little
Little
like
doodle on
guy
there.
on it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't with him yet. I actually I was like going for one a few weeks ago and I was outbid. So
I love those ones. I like the Medusa one, keep slamming.
Medusa's good. Yeah. Yeah.
I've sent out a feeler to her, invited her to come on and talk about it,
Hmm.
but there's some really cool ones there. It's like that,
Oh yeah.
and you
And
get like an early, before doing appearances, before signing, for countless other things, you get like an early Bill Goldberg autograph, you get an early Chris Jericho autograph, as opposed to like this,
yeah, so my Jericho is actually like it's relatively almost his whole name.
see?
Whereas today it's like a C and a J
Yep.
basically.
Basically,
I
yep.
mean, yeah, so like I saw this one online because okay, I wake up every day at 5 a.m. I was at the gym, it's like 5:30, and this was just posted. So I had told Wes about it. And he's like, okay, I'll take a look, blah, blah, blah. And then throughout the day, it was still up there. So I don't know if Wes just wasn't going to go for it. It was too like high or whatever. I, like best offer the guy in the afternoon, and he said, okay.
Yeah, isn't Wes is down to 2, I think now, right?
He's down to 2. He's down to like Hogan and Van Hammer of all people.
Of all people, man.
And somebody shared a picture today. They sold their Van Hammer like 10 years ago on eBay for $25.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I wish I would have known you 12 years ago.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm thinking this whole set 10 years ago, you could have probably gotten for maybe $1,000.
Probably a little more than that, maybe, but pretty close. I did
Right.
I did a sit down with we're doing a monthly segment now, Paul and I, from the Wrestling Card Price Guide.
Right. Yeah.
So we're going to cover June coming up next week here. But we did a comparison between the 82, 83 All-Star set. We're doing everything's raw. Everything's raw. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So buy the 82, 83 All-Stars raw versus buying the 98, 99 WCW autograph cards. There was really no comparison price-wise.
I'm sure. Yeah. Because
a
lot of the lower tier guys in the All-Stars you can get for like cheap.
Sure. Absolutely.
I mean, even if the card is like, pristine, you can still get it for $15,
yep.
$20. So
it was just mind-blowing to us, because so much talk up to that point was always about the All-Star, 82, 83 All-Stars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and those are the cards to really collect for this industry, really,
for wrestling. Yeah.
I mean, it really is. But you start comparing it to WCW autograph cards, and the legend keeps growing about these cards. The stories keep growing about these cards.
And somebody said, it's a real good point. If one of these guys said, like, if he's online and like, he happens to see like, oh, I remember those cards and I never signed mine.
Yep.
It's a great idea to go somewhere and have the stack with you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I've
And
done
you can
that.
charge whatever.
I think that's twice now in my life that I've done something like that, discovering a card at a convention that, or, you know, a show that wasn't released before. One was the Mysterio. And then for the 99 SmackDown from Comic Images, I had those PMS, you know, cards of Terry Reynolds and Jacqueline and Ryan Shamrock. Nash and I were doing a show in New Jersey, and we ended up sharing a table with Terry Reynolds. She came to the table and she brought her stuff, and she had a whole long box full of these cards. And I go, I've never seen these before. And they were all the Images cards. She never returned them.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I have a few. I think I still have maybe one where she wrote, you know, theterryreynolds.net on the top. You know, like that.
Really? That's how old it is.
Yeah, that's how old it was. And so it's just, you never know some of this talent at that time. I think it's really cool that you put that list together and you post it up on Twitter. Like, hey, this is kind of the research I did of people who potentially could have cards.
Right. Well, and then like I had heard, and I didn't know this because again, I'm still learning too. The Cat, he signed a few, just the Cat, and then he signed his full name and the Cat, 3-time karate champion or whatever, you know? So there was one up on eBay a few weeks back. It went for like 700 something. I'm like, why did this go for so much? And then people told me because it's got the full autograph on it.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to come by.
That makes a difference.
Some of these variants are, again, even if that card in that signature was 5 years ago, you could have got it still for like next to nothing probably.
Right. I mean, I'm always like a late bloomer in general. So I just, you know, but I mean, like I said, I do have pretty much all of the huge ones, like all pretty much done. I'm trying to think of like a really expensive one that I still have left to get. I got lucky and there was a like Hulk Hogan on sale. It was $500. The guy said the one corner was bent, and I was like, I mean, I'll still take my chances. And I honestly, it's like the tiniest little bend. You really got to stare at it to see it. So I'm thinking I got a really good deal. So I mean, like, I don't even think you can see, but, and then I heard rumors that that's not even like, he didn't.
Yeah, we've heard the same rumors for years.
Yeah, like he didn't sign, but he said this corner up here, he said is kind of bent, and only if you can see that. You can slightly
tell. You can slightly see it. Yeah.
If you put the proper like you know lighting on it, you can see it. But
still a great deal.
Yeah, I mean, you know, $500. If I mean, I'm thinking like double. He probably could have got for this, the seller, but.
Now you're gonna we're talking about variants. Are you gonna be going after some of the variants too at some point, or no?
I mean, if I'm all done,
he has several of them.
I know, like, yeah. I mean, if I'm all done and I see stuff out there, yeah. I mean, I'd probably like to own everything, to be honest with you.
A completist there, huh?
Right. Like, and I mean, once I'm all done, it's going to be like, okay, I'm all done. Now what? You know what I mean? The journey's like
my follow up was going to be, what are you going to do when you're done?
The journey's the most exciting part, I think. You know,
it's the thrill of the chase, man. The thrill of the chase.
Right. I mean, and like I said, I'll get them all in one touches. Right now, the majority are just in like top loaders. I have the really expensive ones in one touches, but and then, like I said, I'm gonna get them all slab, but I don't know like how I'm gonna do it. Like I don't want to do the like bulk because I don't want my cards gone for like 10 months. I mean, it's just very like anxious.
Well, by the time you're done, well, at the rate you're going, it could be anytime soon. But by the time you're done, I mean, everything could be back open again. Who knows? And I'm assuming you're sticking with PSA.
Yeah, I mean, I was a BGS guy, but there's no comparison when you see like comps out there. You know, the name, the PSA, just you know, it has more like clout. So. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with that. So,
although I think those would look really nice in SGC.
Tuxedo look, like tuxedo look, yeah. And those those HGA ones are nice too looking. I mean,
I got some behind me. I got my first submission back not too long ago.
Yeah, I saw when you were talking to Mike. I saw you like had some up there. Yeah,
I had
Yeah, those are really cool looking, actually.
I'm okay with them. So it was my first dip into it, and I'm not
Hmm.
sure if I'm going to use any more in the future, but I went with modern stuff with them.
Hmm.
I've got a
Right.
stack behind me of just stuff that I want to submit someday, but one,
Hmm.
it's money, and then two, it's time, and I'm just kind of waiting for my first couple submissions to come back from PSA, because I sent in some 82 Cosmos set I sent to
Oh,
them
nice, nice.
that I just kind of stumbled upon in storage.
Yeah, I know. You're always like, oh, another storage find, and it's like these super rare cards.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
Zan
what?
goes, we need to have an episode of these. So I'm like, Zan, what he does is amazing, and I love his stuff. So a big
Hmm.
shout out to Zan and his stuff.
Yeah, he's great.
He's good at just talking to the camera and stuff like that, and I can't do that. So this took a lot for me to get to this point, to be in front of a camera, because I'm not in front of a camera kind of guy.
Right,
And
right.
so it's taken a lot for me to get to this point, and I'm very comfortable doing this, where I have this back and forth banter with people.
Right, right. Yeah.
I just can't
You're
do
really
something
good
where
at it. You're really good
thanks,
at
but
it.
I just can't do what he does, where he does those what do you call them? You call them his wrestling with cards shorts, whatever it's like.
Shorts, yeah. It's
And
like a
so
minute.
I had one, and I even paid a guy to do a voice intro for me, call it WTC Fast Count.
Okay,
And
okay.
so
Yeah.
all of my little be like nothing over 3 minutes. So
Right, right.
count to three,
Hmm.
and I had a script written on a post-it. And I did about 30 takes, and I literally just said, F this. I can't do this. I just can't do it. And I just can't do it. So my wife, love her to death, like, well, how about I go with you, and I'll film it. I'll hold the camera, and you can go through your storage. Da, da, da. Like,
Right. I mean, I think
we
that would be
might
awesome,
we might
actually.
do it. So we'll see. I mean,
Do you have like man cave or anything that
I don't have a
you
man
keep?
cave. No, I mean,
No.
my wife imported me from California. We're in Phoenix, and so it took me about 2 years living here, even after we got married, before I finally got all my stuff moved from my old storage unit out to
Okay.
here. So now it's literally down
Okay.
the street.
Okay.
I've gone from a 10 by 30 to a 10 by 20 to a 10 by 10, and now I'm in a 10 by 5, crammed in a 10 by 5. But I'm in there.
Of just cards, of all
No,
cards.
all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff.
I
Okay.
don't know what and how much you've seen in previous episodes. I've talked about it before, where I used to work for RVD for many years. And so
Hmm.
I inherited the comic book store that he used to have in Los Angeles.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I had, over the years, have sold through a lot of that stuff. So the bulk
Okay.
of it was comics, of course. And
Hmm.
so I had probably over 55,000 comics I had. And I finally
Wow.
got rid
Okay.
of, I would, nitpick. I went through when Walking Dead became a thing. I took all the Walking Dead #1s out of there and sold those, and,
Hmm.
made good money off of that. But I just had a lot of stuff. I go, I'm done with it. I'm just done with all this, stacks of long boxes laying in the storage unit. And on one side I had, all the RVD, store stuff. And then the other side I had, shelves of my card stuff, extra card. I mean, I had so much Royal Rumble stuff. I should have kept all that in there. And then I used to run the RVD website and eBay store. So I had all the t-shirts and 8x10s on. I mean, I had all this stuff. And I kept that unit for a long, long time, even after I dwindled down, because I'm like, oh, I have a cool unit number. I'm 007,
Yeah.
Uh, and
Yeah.
then I moved it into where, when I got open, I go, oh, a 10 by 10. I'll take that one. It's unit number 420. I'll take that one.
Oh no.
It's fitting. So then
Right.
I finally left, and now, I'm whatever generic number I'm at now. It's like that. But,
Hmm.
I get overwhelmed going in there, because there's so much stuff going. I could sell this, and I could sell this, and I could sell, and I guess all I end up doing is moving it from there to the shelf behind me. And I just
Yeah.
don't do anything with it. And I'm like, I gotta do something with this
Well,
stuff,
that's kind of what I've been doing with the figures. Like I'll do like 6 or 7 like totes, and I'll say, okay, I want to sell this, and I usually take about 7 or 8 figures every time I go. It's usually once a week, and so but
It's hard for me. It's just, I have, like, I want to get the max value out of something, but I, like,
right.
I'm never that guy goes, oh, that card set. Like, I sold a Chromie set on eBay not too long ago. I didn't get anywhere near what everybody else was getting.
Right, because they've been going for like 1,200, $1,500 at
Well,
least.
I mean, I got, okay, I guess I did. So I sold it for $1,150.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I know they've gone for like 17, 18, 1900. But
I
I
mean, the
think
Stone
right now
Cold alone
everything's,
was, I mean, Stone Cold alone was going for a couple grand by itself.
it was, yeah, yeah.
So,
It's usually the Stunning Steve and it's like Diamond Stud, who are
yeah.
like, the two main ones in
Well,
there. So
I stumbled across 2 sets, so I figured I'd sell one.
that's what I mean. You just had like 2 of those sets just like, sitting in a storage
I
unit.
had one that was sitting inside of a long, case, plastic case.
Mhm.
So sitting there, and still had the price on it from when I had a booth at Frankensons on display for, I think I had it for $25 for the set.
Oh my goodness. And so we're talking like 20 years
This was
ago.
2000, and I left there in 2007, so it'll be 2000, 1999 through 2006, 7.
Okay.
Just sat there
Okay.
in my booth forever. No one ever bought it. No one ever bought it. And it's when I
Yeah.
closed my booth down, I put it in a box and threw it in storage.
Oh my God.
And then
That's
I got another,
crazy.
I have another set sitting here in my office. I got in, it's in
Hmm.
the closet, and I found it in a binder full of like, the 85 magazine, 83,
Hmm.
the 93 magazine with Sting, all Sting issue.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
second issue with the Cactus Jack card in it.
Cactus
So
Jack's in there. Yeah.
I found, and it had the Chromie set in there. I have a Darren Drozdov rookie card from the Broncos.
At least if you're ever like tight for cash, you can always
Me
sell
personally,
stuff
and
quickly.
I hate saying this and admitting this to people, is I don't collect anymore for that stuff. I collect
Mhm.
Kurt Angle cards now. For the first time in my life,
Right. Right.
I'm a player collector for the first time.
Hmm.
But I dabble here and there. Like, I'll support 75 Kings and his cool artwork that he does. I love it. I got
Hmm.
involved in that one from that guy did when Jeff put out those like playing type cards they have with his variants and one of ones, and
Right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
Hmm.
those cards.
Hmm.
So it's just I'll just dabble here and there. It's like that, or sometimes somebody will send me something, and whatever. But I just have fun with it. I just no desire to collect, because my collection lives through WTC now.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I can go
And
on
kind
my
of like
phone.
same thing. Like right now, that's all I'm doing is like, I focus on one thing. I'll still look at other stuff, but like I'm only buying this stuff right now.
Do you ever get an
So,
itch to get like, oh, I want to buy that?
well, the PMG like Hogan's that have been like going for $1,200, I'm like, I could definitely buy one right now,
Uh,
but I got to save it for these autographs. So because
yeah,
then it's like if you don't buy it right now, like I always think the worst, if I don't buy it right now at this price, what's it going to be like in 6 months? But it could go down too.
yeah. The market itself is kind of dwindling off.
It is kind of gone down a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah. So I
definitely
mean,
has.
now might be a good time to actually start maybe buying that PMG one.
Yeah, that's
If you love it so much, you should
such a
buy.
nice card. It really is, especially like slab too.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's great.
I think it's. I'm not mistaken. I want to quote it, but I think it's one of Zan. I think it's Zan's favorite card.
It is his favorite card. He talks about it a lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
it's a
sure.
cool card. So, well, I mean, I wish you luck, man. Your continued adventure,
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah.
and if by the time this comes out, I'm sure you still need some more. And at the rate you're going, who knows?
I know. To
Uh,
be honest, like I look back, I started this. I want to say like the late March or very start of April. So it's 2.5 months, and I got 56 of them now. So,
that's
but
incredible.
yeah, and I've probably spent my own money, like by not like selling other things, maybe $500. I mean, like
So
if
this is
I,
basically you're taking inventory and collectibles and turning things
mhm,
and flipping it now for things you really want.
flipping it for the cash to spend on these, yeah. I mean, and like I always knew I had these action figures. Like I always knew eventually, someday. I mean, like I was thinking to like buy a house or something, or send my
Sure.
kid to uh like college or something. But I'm just kind of being like selfish right now and just spending it
Well,
all
you're
on
young.
myself.
Of
But
course, you're young.
that's
You
what I
can do
mean.
it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 34, so yeah, I still got time.
You got
So
time. Yeah, I got plenty of,
yeah,
as Gary Vee always says, you got plenty of time, and you got
I
time.
got plenty
Yeah,
of time.
plenty of
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So all the years of going to those conventions and getting all of these like autographs and figures signed, and like I have replica like belts signed by guys and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm finally seeing why I did all that kind of thing. So
Well, it's paying for your hobby now. It's
paying
like
for
that,
my hobby now. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is great.
So, I mean, and like Wes is trying to find, 2 cards. I'm sure there's going to be a time where I'll need 4 or 5 cards and I won't ever see them. So it's just gonna,
You never know.
I'm sure I'm going to hit a wall.
Yeah, probably, but you'll get over that wall.
Yeah.
They're
I
out
mean,
there.
oh yeah. Yeah. The, like Mysterio cards, I definitely, like I said, he's definitely one of the unreleased ones that I gotta have.
Well, the real tough one's going to be a Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
today only
and
one
that's what I'm
exists
saying.
today.
There's got to be the stack of them. Like, unless they were just thrown out, there's got to be a stack of them somewhere.
True.
Somebody's got to know
There's
where they
somewhere.
are. So
I always believe there's a warehouse or someone's closet or someone's storage unit just filled with stuff that
someone's
nobody
storage
knows.
unit. Yes,
You
exactly.
never know what's in there, man. Just forget
Mhm.
about it. So, well, I wish you luck, man, on your continued adventure.
Thank you very
here.
much.
And, of course, how can people follow your journey?
absolutely.
How can they follow your journey?
So I am on Twitter. It's Axel_Foley13. I like Beverly Hills Cop. So that's kind of where I got the name from. It's Eddie Murphy's character in the movie. So just something I've always liked. So yeah, I just, decided to do a funny name. So
Wow,
I don't have Instagram. And I am on Facebook, but I really don't post any card stuff. It's mainly Twitter that I'll do all that. So
I just got disturbing news. I'll reach out to him and say condolences. Well, we like to figure out watch your journeys like that, because this is such a fun set for people to collect, and watching you go through it, it's like that. It's like one's like, man, that guy's spending a lot of money, but this is fun to watch. It's fun to watch.
It is, yeah. I mean, and trust me, my wife's not always she's like, why don't when you sell some of that stuff, why don't you save the money? And I'm like, no, I'm having way too much fun doing this. So
don't worry, honey. I got a plan. I got a plan.
Yeah.
I got a plan. My wife says the same. She says the same thing to me about updating WTC and doing these videos like that. She's like, another one. It's like that. Don't worry, honey. I got a plan.
Yeah. Come on.
Plan.
Means to an end.
I don't really have a set plan yet, but WTC, I do have a plan. So, well, I thank you for your time, sir. And
yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Anybody has any info about any of the cards that he's looking for, contact him or drop a comment below. Share this episode, comment on it. Do all the cool things that all the cool kids are doing these days. Just do whatever you want with this video.
Yeah, I actually have I have the checklist I actually got off of Paul's site, Wrestling Price Guide.
Yep.
So, and I have a Word document. So actually, I might actually post that and I have highlighted every one that I have. And so just so people can see the ones I still need,
doesn't hurt.
Exactly. Yeah.
Doesn't hurt.
It's worth a shot. So.
All right, man. Well,
all right.
Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me again.
Well, talk to you again. I'll help when you actually complete this.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
All right, guys. Well, then we are out of here.